Go, hello, Boozeketeers. Sorry about that little false start. We had a little bit of technical difficulty. But that's not unusual in this show, as you guys know. So here we are, it's Tuesday night, and we're looking at episode 65. 65 weeks coming right at you here. Tiki King, just because the Boozeketeers, because you deserve it, I suppose. Yeah, I keep looking at the wrong place. I'm looking up here, the camera's down here. It's disorienting. But probably I should probably get a tennis ball on a stick or something so I know where I'm supposed to be looking. So what are we doing? I always ask, and you never answer. But that's okay, because you're my friends. You're the Boozeketeers. And, I was glad to see so many of you out at the games in Sonora. It was nice. Several Boozeketeers. We had a Boozeketeer pin presentation with Mr. Tony, our newest Boozeketeer. Should I give their full names? I don't know. Maybe the FBI might use this to look them up. Newest pin presentation to Boozeketeer Serrano. We'll just say that. We'll leave it at a last name thing. So that was a lot of fun. He talked us all up, and we had a good time with it. But so hey. What are we doing? Like I said, what are we doing? I'm sorry, the reason we had a little technical difficulties, I was busy trying to look up one of the past episodes because this episode has to do with a past episode that happened before, but then now it's here and it's now and it was over and it was that way. But so what are we doing? Well, I told you, grand location. We're in a grand location. We're at the what's this place called? The Fireside, Brookside. The Hearthside. We're at the Hearthside Lounge. Hearthstone. We're at the Hearthstone Lounge here in the Grand Californian at the out here by Disneyland. And we staked it out earlier to see what they had to offer, and they had to offer some good things. So we thought might as well come in here and have a couple drinks and talk about stuff. That's right, I'm way ahead of you. So we're here, and this like I said, the bar here at the Grand Californian. It's a wonderful place. They've got some good libations. And here's the thing, we've talked before when we were at Trader Sam's. We were at Trader Sam's several times since we did the last episode there, and not the last, did we? I don't know what's going on anymore. We did it. That was like a week ago, huh? Trader Sam's. Yeah. So there you go. We did one at Trader Sam's. Now we're here at the across the way at the Grand Californian, and it's part of something that people don't know. Well, you guys do because you're Boozeketeers. But for those of you who are just joining us and who don't know all the stuff, if you come to downtown Disney, there are several good booze emporiums down here that can set you Boozeketeers up right. There's a lot of them have to do with things that we were talking about before. So one of those things is this place. It's right in the Grand Californian. You can come in out of downtown Disney and come right in, and you don't have to actually go into Disneyland, and you don't have to have a ticket and all that stuff. You just come in and get your booze on and have a good time. But there's also there's several Mexican food places that have margaritas and such. There's the Jazz Kitchen. Mm-hmm. The Jazz Kitchen, which I believe Boozeketeer CJ was at the other night, where you can get a fabulous Bloody Mary. And the fabulous thing about the fabulous Bloody Marys there is that you get to make them to your very own liking. Those of you who've been with us for quite a while will remember that we did the episode on Bloody Marys back at the Tiki King bar back in Felton many months ago. And we had a sheet. We had their order sheet where you could there's all the different stuff. You can have olives and anchovies and pickles and peppers and different kinds of sauces and hot sauces and salts and herbs and spices and boozes and all kinds of stuff. So if you ever find yourself down here with a hankering for take two, if you ever find yourself down here with a hankering for a fine Bloody Mary, head on into the Jazz Kitchen, and they will set you up as you see fit. That's the beautiful part of it. Is that you get to put the stuff in, and it's like, and yeah, that's how I want it, and there it is, and they bring it right out. Well, I don't know if they bring it right out. I haven't been out. But But anyway, yeah. So there, and then Trader Sam's, of course. You know, you can. But yes, you can just come on in. You can booze it up entirely, and then, if you so desire, go on into Disneyland. But don't cause too much trouble. And if you do, don't tell them I sent you. But so here we are. Here we're at the Grand Californian, enjoying some fantabulous beverages. And there's a couple of reasons that we're here. One is because we are, and we didn't want to leave. So we thought, what can we do? And then the other is, Maggie said, do you think you could talk about booze for a while? And I said, probably, if I had some. And I did. Because we came, like I said, we came earlier and scoped it out and saw what there was to offer. And one of the things they had to offer is that fine beverage right there. The cricket. And that's one of the, so that's, there we go back. See, they think it's funny. So I was trying to figure out which episode it was that we did the cricket. We drank the cricket. Yeah, Dana, there you go. I'm drinking a cricket. We made the cricket, and that was back in December, I believe, ish. And the reason we made it is because we had been out and I'd seen it on the menu at one of the fine establishments and thought, give it a try. And what it is, lovely green drink. The cricket is Disney's version of the grasshopper. Why do they call it a cricket? Well, because they added some stuff, so they get to do that. And, cricket, Jiminy Cricket, conscience, you won't have one after this, so you'll need one. So that's why you bring it in. There it is. And so what the cricket is a grasshopper, which is cream de menthe and cream de cocoa, and generally vodka, I believe, is the way you go with the grasshopper. But with the cricket, they use chartreuse, which is good. We like chartreuse, and it is a fine thing. It's minty, it's refreshing, it's herbal. It's got all the things that a growing boy needs. And it's delicious, I'll tell you. But something else I want to tell you is it does not taste like the one I made. It doesn't. It's the one that so like I said, so we went there and then came back and I was at the other place, and then we were going to try it there, but not in the same one, but then a different one, and all I had was a picture that said the ingredients, but it didn't say how much. How do you know? You don't. That's the thing. So I had to approximate. I had to look up. I tried looking up the cricket, and at the time I couldn't find anything. So I just went with a grasshopper and added an equal portion of chartreuse. And it was good. It did the job. It greased up my innards and all that stuff, but it wasn't the same. But now, so then we came here, and we had this one, and it wasn't the same. And I thought, so then and whatnot. But what it comes down to is ratios. I had a different ratio, and so when we were here today and we ordered it, I tried to watch, but they were like behind mixing it up, and they had stainless steel shot glasses that I could not see how much they were pouring in. I tried. I was like serendipitously, how many? 1 ounce there? But so I don't know. She had a stainless steel, and it was kind of cool because when you're in the know and then you know. And I was watching her, and she had her stainless steel cup, and I could see her counting as she's pouring. And I was like, see, she knows her speed pourers. She knows what her speed pourer is dispensing at any given time. So she was measuring by counting, which we've talked about before. Which we've talked about before. If you know your speed pourers and you know at what rate they will pour, then you can. Oh, what's this? No, if you know your speed pourers and you know at what rate they pour, then you can pour at the rate you wish, without overpouring or underpouring by much. Which, if you're just dealing with booze, hey, go, run free, run wild. do things you do. But if you're pouring like bitters, you probably want to measure. If you're using something that's like a very, very, stuffy, there's stuff in it that you need to measure. But when you're just pouring the booze, when you're just like dousing out the rum, count it. But I don't know if I think we talked about that. So I'm talking about the numbers and the counting. What you can do is, if you want to learn to pour like a pro, not quite yet. I think so. They're attentive here. I'm like not even done with this one. She's like, you need another one, don't you? And I said, you hold horses. I mean, I do, obviously, but not yet, because I'm with you guys right now. I'm sharing time with you. It's just you and me and producer Maggie and like 100 other people who are all staring and laughing. No, they're not laughing. They're just staring. So I digress. Speed pourers. Here's what you do. Go get yourself some speed pourers. Go get yourself a measuring cup that shows you how much is coming out. Pour into that. Count. And when you get to 1 ounce, stop counting, and whatever that is, that's then you know when you're pouring and you count. It's usually between 4 and 5. So you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go, 1 ounce. Good to know if you're the type of person who doesn't want other people to know that you're not measuring. Makes you look professional. That's all the pros do. That's the way they are. But anyway, so I digress. So anyway, so we tried making the cricket, and the ratios were different, and it came out different, but it came out good. And this one, what happened? I don't know. CJ's mumbling about something. No, I'm not gonna eat that. Not yet. Mint. I'm getting down to the part where I have to de-garnish whilst drinking. But I'll bring it back in. That's lovely. So that's the thing. So here's something that you can do. I'm going to send you guys out on a field trip. Boozeketeer field trip. Yeah. What I want you to do is go to a bar and order your favorite drink that you don't already know how to make. Watch the bartender. Yeah. Watch them. See what they do. See if they're measuring. See if they're counting. And either way, here's the thing: is you can figure out the ratios, and then go home and make that drink. Unless you're like me, in which you just don't know what's going on, and you just pour a bunch of stuff into a glass and chug it down. Because that could happen, and does at any given time. So there you go. That's the cricket. But we're not done yet, and we're going to talk about some other stuff too. We're going to talk about business. I'm going to give you the business. I want the business. We want you to give us the business. We want you to send us an email and let us know where we should go next. Because today it was an accident. We were just like floating about the place, trying to figure out where should we go, what should we do. We heard there's a fantastic new tiki bar. Well, I don't know. It's probably, who knows? It's not fantastic yet, but it's getting there. That there's an up and coming tiki bar that's just getting finished out in Orange County, and it's getting decorated by the tiki legends, by the likes of Big Toe, Tom Laura, and Ken Ruzick and Doug Horn, and all these guys are painting it up the place, and Bamboo Band is in there bambooing and stuff. And it's gonna be if it isn't already great, it will be great from what I understand. So we're thinking about going out there, but we got to do some reconnaissance work first, and see, because it could be. We've been in other bars where it was just too dark and it was just too noisy, and you couldn't hear us and you couldn't see me, which to some people that's probably a better show. But we figured for those of you who are looking for an honest education and to get drunk quick, that wouldn't quite fit the bill, as it will. But so we ended up here, and like I said, we thought, what the heck? Let's talk about stuff we know, and what we know is what we've already done. So we're doing a semi-repeat show with the cricket. But that's okay, because if you've not tried one, you can go ahead and try one, and you won't be sorry. And I can tell you, from what I could see, Now, when I did mine, I did a 1-to-1 ratio with everything. I did 1 ounce, I think. I don't even know. I should probably look it up before I go blathering about stuff, but I don't know. All I can say is that the cricket is a little heavier on the cream de menthe than mine, and I think it's a little. I would say the cream de menthe and the cream de cocoa, cream de menthe is there, and the chartreuse has a little bit more presence. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you make things give you. I can't read, but is CJ saying he's sober? What? I don't know if we can continue on with the show. What the heck? That's craziness. That's madness, man. That's crazy talk. Sober. I don't know. So we just came off of, like I said, we were out at the games. We did the games up in Sonora. The Wicked Tinkers out there banging away on drums, and Aaron blowing the pipes, and CJ with his log and drums and drums and logs and pipes and golf drums and a lot of whiskey. Yes, and had a good time and had good drinks and drank some. We actually drank some absinthe in the hotel room, which was nice. And CJ gave a bunch of tattoos, and we had a good time with the whole bit. And yeah, it was all good. And we're gonna be we're next for those of you following along at home. We're going to be on Thursday. We will be out at some theater in Vacaville. Remember the name? The DeVille. There we go. The DeVille in Vacaville, lovely Vacaville, California. Former home of the Horse Cow Bar, which is no longer, sadly. From what I understand, the submarine is filled with crushed Olympia cans and somebody's hard hat. Go figure. But yeah, so we'll be out in lovely Vacaville on Thursday, making a big racket, banging on drums and doing the whole thing. Obviously now is when I need them to come around and say, hey, how can we booze you up a bit more? Hey, I saw Alex is watching. Alex, how you doing? What's that? No, I see. You need until we can get reinforcements. We'll do a triple. How about that? This is what am I drinking here? See, drinks. When you are in the Boozeketeer, sometimes drinks just come your way. This is a blood orange margarita, Salsa Gramativo, Añejo Tequila Cointreau, fresh lime juice, and Salerno blood orange liqueur. Yeah, when they come around again, I'm not gonna be shy. Those of you who know me, you know I'm shy. I'm unassuming. I don't assume. Yeah, it's like you get a fidget spinner with every drink. Yeah, when they come back around, we're gonna be heading off into some more semi-uncharted territory with more madness, and we're gonna prove that sometimes you don't know, sometimes you think you know, but you don't necessarily know, because that's how it is around here. And I think I digressed a bit too far last time. Go ahead, go to the websites. Go to tikiking.com, by the way. And if you go to tikiking.com/booze, which lovely assistant Maggie is currently about to populate the screen with the address, you can find yourself the portal to all things boozy. You can get your Boozeketeer gear. You can watch past episodes on YouTube. You can fill our tip jar. Hey, tipsy tip jar. Every tip keeps us tipsy. Drop in a coin. You won't be sorry. Unless it's your last coin and you were hoping to get booze out of the little slot. Like with the machine, and you put in 2 quarters and you crank it and you're hoping an airliner comes out, and instead it's just like a Super Bowl, or maybe some of that weird goop in a jar, and then you're like, you can't drink that. I mean, you can, but then when you're on the airport, you're in the airplane and you airliner full of goo, not good. What the heck? Nobody wants that. But I tell you, that's the way it is. That's the way it is around here. Yes, so go to tikiking.com/booze and booze with a Z. And check the stuff out there. Hey, go to tikiking.info. There's stuff there too. And for those of you who are members of the Tiki King Paradise Club, rest assured things are going forward. It may not have seemed like it. because we were going backwards at one point. But that was because we sat the wrong way on the train, because when they announced it, they didn't say which direction it was going. And that's what happens sometimes. You end up. You never know. And send us email. Did I tell them to send us email yet? I didn't say why. I think I just said send us email. There we go. Good enough. Hey, send us email. Yeah. For no reason. Where's that bartender? She was like so attentive until she saw me getting plastered over here. And all of a sudden she's like, cut that guy off. He's eating up all the spicy peanuts. Because we can't have a surprise. Well, we can. But we can't move on to our next subject until we move on to our next drink. Maybe we should check in with the band. Paul Schaefer's here, you guys. I mean, not here. I mean, not anywhere around here. But there was a piano player in the lobby. And he was playing. He nodded at me. I nodded at him. Mm-hmm. And he kept playing. I don't know what that means. But, you know. There you go. Oh, so do you like my hat? Mm-hmm. Yes. Someone asked me if it was just a dead manta ray that I put on my head. And I said, it's a hat. And they said, oh. And I said, I mean, you know, maybe I made it out of a dead manta ray. It's hard to tell. No, this is my fine piratey tricorn that I thought because we're pirating here, we're talking about stealing drink recipes. I figured, you know, it was appropriate chapeau to sport, because I like to sport a chapeau from time to time. Yeah, so when you go into a bar and you want to steal drinks, wear a pirate hat, and then no one will know. Like, well, that fellow just looks thirsty. I don't think he has come to steal our drink recipes. No, sir. So I don't know I don't think I was successful. All I learned was that the drinks that I make are not like the drinks that other people make, and that could be because I put too much booze in it. I don't know. Oh, some people over there in some fine tiki wear. Yeah, they're coming from all over. Now's the waiting time. Oh. They've been here all day? Is that those same people? I think it might be. I think those people came in when we did earlier this afternoon. They've just been boozing it up the whole time. No? That's hard to say. You don't know. If you're, you know, sometimes...
Well, unless he went and changed his shirt, because he was wearing the same shirt as you.
Oh, that's right. See? That's... Yeah, because we were here and a guy was wearing the same shirt as me. Can I get the Tiki-Tai, please?
Yes, and anything for you?
I like that answer.
Okay, let's grab that.
There we go. Second drink successfully ordered. Soon we will be moving on to important things. So anyway, yeah. So we were talking about this earlier, and I was saying about how, like, someone sees you wearing the same shirt as them, like when different people, like, someone will see, like, different people see different people wearing their clothing, and they're like, how'd you get to my house and take my clothes? And maybe it's your brother, which if you're a girl, that could be weird. But no, I just noticed that there's this thing of, you know, like, you see somebody with guys anyway. I don't know, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But when I see, if I'm out and someone's wearing the same clothes as me, I'm like, hey, right. Shows that I'm like, you have poor taste, sir. No, I think, hey, it's like we're in a club, and maybe we nod, and they nod, and then they play piano. But I was noticing that seems to be less of a case with a lot of ladies don't like to see another lady wearing the same dress, because then they're both wearing it, and if it's not big enough, that could be awkward, I suppose. I don't know. But us guys, we don't care. What do we care about? Booze. That's true. It's the one truth. It's the undeniable truth, which comes forth when all about you will lie. The truth. Remember, there's nothing like the truth for being honest. That's my sage advice for today, for you. I'm giving you that one for free. All the rest of them are going to be $1.95. But anyway, so there you go. Now we're waiting. Like I said, just waiting. I probably should get some hold music. Should I talk about it? Well, what about But then when it comes, then what? Well, then I've already told them, and they're not going to be surprised.
I'll be drinking it when it
Oh,
comes.
there we go. So the drink I ordered today, I ordered strictly by the name, and I actually went against my better judgment because it does not sound appealing. But I thought, I got to try it. I got to go in, you know? So what I ordered was the Tiki-Tai. There it is. Kind of like it's a play on words. Oh, it's kind of like, you know, Mai Tai. But no, Tiki-Tai. And I thought, how could it go wrong? I ask you. I always turn this way to do the yes. How could it go wrong? Because with a name like Tiki-Tai, right? Mai Tai, Tiki, the things, all your favorite things, right there. Me and booze. Otherwise, you wouldn't be. That is the single truth. Because otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this show, unless your favorite thing is idiots. In which case, you could not be watching this show, because then I provide you with that too. No, but so I thought Tiki-Tai, I got to try it. But here's the rub. There you go. $1.95. No, but here's the thing. It's made from Jägermeister and orgeat syrup with pineapple and lime juices. That's what I thought that too. I thought it's not going to be good, but I have to drink it because sometimes I figured also. Look, they put it. Look at this. It's like they published it in this book. It's like there's things and they got the picture, and it's like it even has a bedtime story in here. Once upon a time, there was a Tiki-Tai who found his days spent chasing puppies along the banks of the river. One day, he chased a puppy into a hole, and there he is to this day. And I figured, why would they do all of that if it wasn't good? Now, I have to, everyone has to admit, that does not sound, Jägermeister and orgeat, pineapple, lime. That sounds like something that they would try to have you drink to get you out of the party. I mean, you know? But here's the thing. Book, glossy pictures, bedtime story. I figured I had to try it. So I did. So I got it. I ordered it. And now I'm ordering it again. And I'm going to tell you why I'm ordering it again. Because it's actually tasty. It's a tasty thing. I'm not going to deny it. There are going to be people who are going to say, "Oh my God, why? No, there's something wrong with you," and that's true. But this drink is fine. It's a fine, serviceable drink. And you know, here's the deal. We're going to get it. Let's get into some science. Science. Warning. Science content. So here's the thing. What is it about Jägermeister that would make people frightened? I know, that's a rhetorical question. What it is because a lot of times people will be out drinking Jägermeister and Silver Bullet and end up hunting demons and actually just bothering people in their apartments. But that's the thing is most people associate Jägermeister with nights spent screaming and mornings spent screaming in a different way. But here's the thing: it's an herbal liqueur made in Germany. It was Jägermeister means the master of the hunt, basically, and it was what you would drink in moderate amounts to get you all ready for shooting guns. So we've already got that going for us. That's right there. Come on. So what is it? It's an herbal liqueur. You know what else is an herbal liqueur? Absinthe. Okay. Another thing which we like to drink and then shoot guns. Yeah. So what I'm getting at though is, so let's talk for a moment about classic tiki drinks. And let us not fail to mention Don Beach, the proprietor of the many Don the Beachcombers, who did, if nothing else, made many tiki drinks famous and invented a lot of very good tropical drinks and had a lot of very good bars filled with tikis and had a lot of good stuff. And here's the thing. Don Beach was very fond of using absinthe in his cocktails. His version of the Mai Tai has absinthe. His version of the Zombie has absinthe. if you get absinthe that's made with rum and pineapple, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so he would use absinthe in his drinks to add a little bit of a nuance with all of the botanicals and the different flavors. So really, what is Jägermeister? Jägermeister it's an herbal liqueur. And so if you're going to say, oh no, that's just party fodder for college people who don't know how to drink, I challenge you, first of all, come here and try this drink. If you can't do that, here's the other thing. With an open mind, try just having some Jägermeister, not in massive amounts. Well, not at first. Later you should, but at first, just take some and give it a sip, and think about it not from the perspective of a college student on a rampage, but as its own thing, which is an herbal liqueur, an aperitif, something to get you ready to go out and shoot shotguns at helpless birds. And you don't have to do that part, but it helps. No, so there you go. So so I thought, Jägermeister, why not? Give it a try. There's a lot of different stuff like that, chartreuse. You know, that is one thing I'll say. It's funny, when we came in, we got the cricket, and she said, it does have chartreuse in it. And we said, uh-huh. And she goes, have you ever had chartreuse? We're like, yeah, by the pint. But see, a lot of these complicated herbal liqueurs, I think the problem is that they were dusty bottles in somebody's grandparents' liquor cabinet, and somebody said, here, let's steal that bottle and chug the whole thing down with some 7-Up. And that became a thing, and now they do it at parties. And so there's a lot of these things that, yeah, bad rap. Jägermeister, had good stuff. It was one of the early, actually, it was one of, here's something else. Here you go. Back in the early 80s, I think, is when most of the people I knew started drinking Jägermeister. And some of us got really into it. And then it disappeared. They pulled it. They said, this stuff is illegal because it makes you think about things you wouldn't want to think about, like, Bob Saget. But they took it off the market, and they sorry, Bob, I should not denigrate Bob Saget. It makes you think about things that you don't want to think about, like Sean Connery. So they took it off the market. What's that? Can't use Sean Connery either? Okay. I don't know who that is. I don't know. I never saw his movies. Okay. Nobody? Okay. A metaphor. I can use a metaphor. Okay. Right. Okay. We're going to start. So we'll start over. So, because it makes you things you don't want to think about, like horseflies. And that's a metaphor, apparently. So there's all these herbal liqueurs, all these things that originally people, they could have been good, but they got a bad rap because Jägermeister, it was here, it was gone, it came back. People said, what's the big deal? I'll tell you what the big deal is. The original formula for Jägermeister had wormwood. Had wormwood in it, like absinthe. And they decided that it'll make you crazy, which it will. And they decided that it was bad for your health, which I don't know. And they decided that it caused you to become some sort of drunken maniac who did things against everyone's better judgment, which it does. But that's not really the point. The point is, originally Jägermeister had wormwood, took it off the market, allowed it back in. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Took it off the market, brought it back without wormwood. It's never the same. I don't know if it had enough. So I don't know how many of you are wormwood aficionados. Wormwood is a very, 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 very bitter herb, basically. It tastes like bitter tree bark if you eat it on its own, and it can be toxic in large enough amounts. But apparently, in large enough amounts, it'll also get rid of your parasites. So there you go. The Tiki-Tai. Still lovely. It is. It's a lovely drink. I'll tell you. As someone who I used to sip Jägermeister, and it's definitely not for the squeamish, but it's got all the herbal goodness of a lot of different stuff. And if Don the Beach thought it was good enough for his cocktails to put in absinthe, I think having a cocktail with Jägermeister, I'm gonna give it an okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna thumbs up. That's right. Because you know what? If you think about it, some of the very reputable tiki bars of today are serving pina coladas, which most people wouldn't get caught in the rain drinking a few years ago. Now they do. Classic cocktails, classic ingredients. Sometimes you gotta let something happen. I don't even know what that is though. I had a train of thought going, and I don't know. Apparently it stopped, and they exchanged some of the cars with clown cars and went on their way. I don't know. But there you go. There you go, Boozeketeers. If I leave you with nothing today, but one lesson, it's sometimes you just gotta try stuff. Just give it a try. It might be good. And even if it wasn't, what's the worst? You know, and yes, what if, so if you, most of the time, you know what I'm saying? No one does. I would say, if you ever go into a bar and there's a drink and you think, I'll try this, and you get it and you taste it and go, oh, get it out of my mouth, wipe my memory, you know, probably the bartender will go, all right, I'll get you something else. And if it's one of those drinks where they're not going to do that, they'll usually warn you. They'll say, have you tried chartreuse before? Because some people go, oh, what is, it's terrible, you know. And I think I've only had one. I had, there was that drink at Tonga. I had the Beachcombers Gold at the Tonga Hut, and they warn you. They say, this is not good. And people go, yeah, I got to drink it. So we did, you know. But there you go. So here's the thing, Boozeketeers. Go out there. Try new, interesting drinks that maybe you haven't tried before. Give them a chance. And if you don't like them, don't order them again. But if you do like them, you can tell other people, hey, I liked it. It was good. Yeah. And so there you go. That's all I have to tell you today. But that's not all I have to tell you next week, when we'll be right back saying other stuff about other things. Probably. Good night, Boozeketeers.